And when you knock us down, we're going to get up. And on the way up, we're going to bite a kneecap off.
Go ahead and say it, Ed. Go Tigers!
When I woke up this morning, I was feeling pretty dangerous.
You like that? You like that?
F it. Jamar's down there somewhere.
In the room, saying select Marcus Davenport.
No!
Splash Brothers. Yeah.
It's playoff. Keep going, Brace.
Playoffs? Don't talk about playoffs.
If it doesn't fit, you must acquit.
What's up, guys, and welcome back to Dirty Boot Sports. This is Chance hosting tonight because Clay's at the longest baseball game in Louisiana Tech history, it seems like, as is Josh. And
who are they playing?
BYU.
Gosh.
You know, them people that aren't allowed on our street.
They're Mormons. Man,
They're not allowed over
They've been
here.
waiting. They were late starting. The team was late getting there. Had some pedaling issues.
Chain broke.
Hey, those Louisiana roads, man, they're hard on the 10 speeds.
They must have went down California Avenue.
Yeah.
I bet Matt's racking up this week at Detail Solutions.
Man, hey.
Detailing Solutions.
He's about tired of watching them handlebars.
That's a lot
sure.
of bikes, man.
That's a lot of bikes for a traveling squad of Division I baseball players.
Jeez.
Talking about 40 probably? Come on, man. Yeah, that's where Clay's at. But as y'all heard, UFC Bill is here tonight, as is Peyton. So it's going to be a threesome of us tonight.
Hey.
Whoa.
Hey.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Ooh, not
Sure
something I ever
don't
dreamed
like
of.
Not
let
in
me
the
tell
middle.
you. Not it.
And we might have a little bit of Kyle after a while, too.
Hey, never know.
Jury's still out.
Yeah.
But on the lineup tonight, since we haven't really done a lineup in forever, and I'm going to go back to our old ways, guys.
Oh, wow.
I'm going to do what we used to do back at the OG days of this. We're going to discuss the new NFL hires that we have not talked about since the Super Bowl. Then we're also going to mention probably one of the few rules from the XFL that I really want to happen in the NFL. And then we're going to briefly discuss the World Baseball Classic and basically talk about how the Dominican Republic is going to embarrass every other country in the world.
Ooh.
It's going to be filthy, Bill. And then we got a little bit of Louisiana Tech basketball drama involving one of our own former interviewees, actually. And then we're going to have a dirty five of the best dunks we have ever seen in honor of Mac McClung probably having the best dunk contest performance in probably about 7 years.
Yes, since 2016.
Saturday night. So let's get it going. NFL hires. The Cardinals and the Colts have both completed their head coaching searches, I guess you could say, with the Colts hiring the offensive coordinator from the Eagles.
Yes.
And then the Cardinals, who have a young, highly paid quarterback, hiring a defensive coordinator because that makes all the sense in the world.
Makes complete sense.
You know, it's the Arizona Cardinals, though, so we can't hold to too high of a standard.
I mean, every coach remaining in the last 6, 7 teams were all offensive-minded head coaches. But let's go hire a defensive-minded head coach for our young quarterback.
Absolutely.
Makes a lot of sense.
Then let's trade his best
Yes.
target, like they're probably going to do whenever they can, and DeAndre Hopkins. And then I've also seen some rumors that Kyler might be done too. I've seen some rumors, not from like big name people, but people saying that it might be the end of the road, especially if they don't hit it off well.
Will the Yankees sign him?
No, the Oakland A's still have his rights.
Oh, I thought it was Yankees.
Nuh-uh.
Oh,
A's.
okay.
A's.
It was just give me another reason to hate the Yankees.
Bingo. I cannot stand them. But, yeah, that's the two biggest hires because that's the only two that's happened. And, yeah, the Colts, good for them, but they got to get them a quarterback now. So I think this move might help them get a quarterback or might lead to them getting a
And they're going that route.
They got to.
Yeah, they're going that route.
And I'm so happy for Jeff Saturday. I knew he deserved the job. Wait,
what?
What?
Deserved his ESPN job?
He got his ESPN job.
Wait a minute, Jeff Saturday's out?
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. Well, they hired somebody with experience?
Not really. I mean, not head coaching experience, no.
He has at least coached above the Pee Wee League,
Yes,
though.
yes, that's right.
So, Good for him.
How about the Eagles? We're going to see what the Eagles are really made of next year.
You saw who's getting interviewed for their DC job.
I did saw that. Jim Leonard.
He
saw
might
they
give
lost
them
their
the finger.
linebacker coach, too.
I
So
did
they
not.
lost their OC, they lost their DC, and their linebacker coach took the DC job at Arizona.
Really? So he followed his guy.
So they are, I mean, that they're starting over. And they got
Basically.
a lot of guys to pay this offseason, too.
Which, if we're being honest, Sirianni's probably been the offensive guy the whole time.
I would think.
You would think because he got hired as an OC,
Yeah.
being an OC or whatever.
And previously, yes. Because he was
But,
actually an offensive line coach when he got hired.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Ain't
Yeah.
it? You don't see that often.
Not at all.
But the DC, that's gonna be a big hit, even though you couldn't really tell they had a DC in the Super Bowl.
No,
but
I know.
whatever.
And
before I forget, Peyton, I'm gonna throw you the
Yes.
OJ ball. I almost
Let's go.
forgot.
Absolutely.
I want something good. I want like Morocco or something.
Yeah, let's
Here we go.
Let's test Bill
I got
out
that one
tonight.
right now.
Oh.
What we got?
Well,
Don't slide your thumb. I see you sliding.
Right thumb.
right thumb. Korea.
North or south?
Korea.
Korea. Oh, Bill. This might get hairy.
Korea. That's all it says. Korea.
I think that's North Korea.
Oh God. Is that the good one or the bad one?
That's the
That's the bad
that's
one.
the bad one.
That's the bad one.
That's the bad one.
That's not good.
I'll verify my flags just to be sure.
It is weird that they don't have. Yeah, I don't see.
Oh, that's South
It's
Korea.
because they're not allowed to compete separately.
Oh,
They're
together.
Yeah,
united
that's-
as one in the Olympics and all that
Okay.
junk.
That makes sense.
that is South Korea. Okay.
I wish we had the video going. Peyton just had the worst throw in history.
It was the left hand though. It was the left hand.
Should have let you bring like your 60 iron.
Yeah, that's
60
right.
degree
Let's
up
go.
here.
I'd
and
flop
just
shot
chip
it right over there
Yeah.
to you. Absolutely.
I would have
Speaking of
I would have
which-
5-wooted that babe right over.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. You had it teed up to the freaking sky. Speaking of which, watch Full Swing on Netflix. It's awesome. Very, very good.
Very
good show.
insightful.
Very insightful.
for golf and
Yeah.
and even people like me. That's like
Have
a
you watched it, Bill?
geek.
Episode 1.
Episode
I've seen
1 has
it.
been my favorite, I will say, so
Yeah.
far. I'm like 5 or 6 in now. Episode 1, learning about Justin Thomas. I'm a Justin Thomas guy.
Yeah,
Big
Yeah.
time
Yeah,
now.
that was good.
yeah,
Very good. And
It's you don't, and you kind of realize too that they're just kind of normal dudes off the golf course. Like
they
they're-
are.
And I didn't realize he's the third generation.
Yes,
Third generation
PGA?
golfer.
Yeah.
PGA. Yeah,
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Grandpa, and then his dad.
But his dad wasn't that good.
Yeah, he's a PGA
He's
teacher,
a
right?
Pro, he's Justin's coach.
That's why he's been
awesome.
a club pro for 30-something years.
Like,
Yeah.
he's Justin's coach now. It's just
Which
to
is
not-
crazy because and JT has won his 2 majors. He's won over 2 PGA championships.
Yeah.
Which those guys get to qualify to play in that tournament.
Really.
Like, yeah, if you're a PGA, say his dad, for instance, if his
he
dad
wanted to play.
he
go
could qualify to go play for that tournament. They let 30 of them play in that tournament every year.
Well, see, I figured out why Ty asked you in the group message if you ever had
Yeah, I
any
never got-
intentions of
Yeah,
qualifying
like,
for the U.S. Open.
you-
I now understand
It's open.
why, because it's an open
wide
competition.
open.
He must have been watching the show today
Yeah.
as well, because that's what Joel Damon or Damon.
Joel Damon. Uh-huh.
I got it. Joel
Yeah.
Damon. That's what he had to do, and then he ended up almost winning the.
So those guys, though, they get to skip some of the process too. Like they don't have to go like, for instance, Louisiana has a qualifier every year. Usually South Louisiana usually hosts a lot of them, but you there's different stages to get to that.
They get to skip the line.
They
Basically,
get to
'cause
skip
They
some
got
of
a
the line.
tour card
That's
and everything.
right. Yeah. But I mean, they're out there. Like, for instance, say I go South Louisiana and qualify. I make the stage 2. I qualify. I think it's a couple of stages before you get to that 30 day of 36 holes. Like, it could be me and Joel Damon in the same group.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy to think that. Like, that guy's the top 75 player in the world, and he's had.
But he's not top 60, so
But
he
he's
doesn't
not
get to make it.
That's correct. But I mean, like, those guys. I mean, Ricky Fowler had to do it. He's had to do it before. I mean, it's crazy to think that.
I wonder if he has an episode on there because I want to. He's always been a favorite of mine.
I think he does. I think, but
People
they're
have
doing.
always said he screwed up the day he got married.
Yeah, it's a true statement.
And
His
I'm
game
telling
went
you,
down.
I'm on the episode about Tony Finau and Colin Morikawa.
Yeah.
like, I'm telling you, Bill, this is a hilarious quote. They said Tony Finau will never win a championship because he cares too much about his family. He spends too much time with his family, and he cares too much
He's
about
got like
them.
6 kids.
They say
5 or
check all the
6.
guys that won all these big tournaments, all these majors.
They're usually
They're
single,
super selfish,
or
and they're
they-
single. Yeah.
or they're married but they don't have kids. Like they just got to It's
So I thought that was very eye opening. If you think about it, it's honestly really true.
yeah. I mean, like, people don't realize. Like, they asked Max Homa. I think it was maybe last week, and they was like, "So what are you going to do?" It was like the day after his round, Thursday or Friday round. Like, what are you going to do tonight? He's like, go home and check on my wife and see how my kid's day was at school. See what homework we got to do. Like, I mean, that stuff still got to get done. You know, like you see us on the golf course all the time, but behind the scenes stuff, man, there's a lot of things they're living a normal life like we are.
They gave Brooks Koepka an episode. First off, his wife is hot,
smoking.
Holy cow! And the cameraman,
the
knew
bikini,
she was hot.
Yeah, the angle.
Dude,
the
like,
angle
what are we
she was
doing
walking
here?
around to
Like,
the
that
pool.
wasn't fair to that woman. I felt bad for her.
Oh, I didn't.
I mean,
Bill
she
wouldn't
knew
have
what
either.
She was doing. She knew, but
I'm
and did
Googling
you
her
hear
right
the
now.
little kid? Her name's Jenna.
Yeah.
Did you see?
You follow her on Instagram?
I might have clicked the button.
Maybe.
You saw the kid asking for his autograph, and he was like, "Hey, is Jenna here?"
Is Jenna here? Yeah. Where's
I
she
almost
at?
pissed myself, man. But he even made a comment, and I almost put this show on the list, man, because it's been an awesome show to watch today. I'm not gonna lie. He made a comment on there, and he was like, they're getting ready for their wedding or whatever, and he's like, I can't even focus and give my wife the attention that she deserves because I'm over here thinking about my mother effing backswing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, man, I guess so. And he's sitting there on this like little, I guess it looked like a sex swing in
their
bedroom.
closet. She's sitting there changing all this something, and she's a smoke show, and you're like, man, it's thinking about his golf swing right now. You can't think
But
about it.
he's already been there, done that.
Yeah, that's
you
right.
know?
That's right. Yeah.
He gets to keep doing it.
Yeah.
So,
Holy
ain't that big of a
cow.
deal? Yeah, Bill. Yeah.
Yeah, Bill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Very
not fair.
revealing.
No,
That is not fair.
Bill. Not at all. No.
And since when did he start bleaching his hair?
He did that for like a weird month or two last year. I don't know really why he did that.
I guess he was trying to find himself.
just
again.
change it up. Sometimes when your game's bad, man, like, and he even said it before. He's like,
I'm the best putter within 8 feet, but I'm not making 8-foot putts now.
yeah.
He made that comment. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah. I mean, golf does that to you, though. When you're on the top of your game, you feel like you can hit every shot and everything comes easy. And then when it's bad, it feels like I never can get there again. Like it's a weird game, even for those guys. I mean, they struggle. I mean,
Yeah, Bill, she's got too much clothes on her. That's not a good photo.
Hey, it's a family show. Is it?
Bill, it's something crazy. And something I noticed, all these dudes have hot wives. Every one of them. Except for Ian Poulter, but Ian Poulter's also like 70.
Yeah, he is older, but yeah. And he's the one you
Scotty
actually thought would
Scheffler.
though. Oh, I like Scotty's. She just
I
looks
like Scotty now.
Yeah, I'm a big Scotty fan.
I'm in on all these dudes.
I know.
Because, like,
It brings you in. Like,
I'm all wrapped up in it, dude. Like,
hey, and they're
something that pissed me off. I'm not gonna lie. After episode 1, I didn't know what this show was gonna be about.
Yeah.
Okay. Episode 1, they do Jordan Spieth, Justin Thomas. I'm like, this is awesome. I didn't know they were like best friends. They travel everywhere together. They room together. That's awesome. Then they do episode 2, and it's somebody else. I'm like, well, crap, that sucks. I want to learn more about JT and Spieth.
Yeah,
you
I
know.
But they're doing it again.
fun,
They're doing it
man.
again this year. So
Oh,
we'll have
good.
another episode, like
And
no
I've
season.
liked all the live stuff.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
you could tell who's making the show.
Oh,
And it's
absolutely.
definitely PGA.
It's
backed,
heavy. Yes.
You know.
Yeah.
But it's cool to see.
I would like
them playing in these other tournaments.
I would like them to dip in that water this year, though. Like go to some of the live ones.
They might have.
And like let's see kind
They
of
might.
both sides of it. I think it'd be
Yeah.
interesting.
But yeah, Ian Poulter's a character.
He's a character. Have you seen all his cars? Did it show it?
They didn't show.
They didn't go to his
cars.
house.
They just show all his pants.
Oh my gosh, dude!
He's got like one of the biggest closets I've ever seen in my life. For
really.
a male.
I could see that.
It's like the size of this room.
I could see that. He's a
And
very
It's like you're in like a Joseph A. Bank. It looks like that.
Yeah.
Like a suit store. And
Yeah.
It's all
all lined,
hardwood.
yeah.
It's got the good hangers. You know. Not the
I could
plastic
see. I could
ones.
see Paul T being like that.
And like I didn't know he had a son that's like playing collegiate golf. That's
At
awesome.
Florida, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Luke.
Yeah.
But I just finished the halfway through the episode that has Tony Finau and Colin Morikawa. And
good dude, by the way, Tony Finau.
Yeah, you can tell he's a really good person. They go back to his home in Salt Lake City, where he grew up hitting in a garage, and they go to this apartment complex. And his dad, undoubtedly, Salt Lake City is like a big time violence place, because like his dad said, I wanted to find him something to do so he did not get into trouble and did not get hurt or something. So he taught him how to play golf in their garage, and you walk up to their old apartment, and the garage door has golf dings
all in it.
And I'm like, dude, you could float him $15,000, you know, or $5,000 to get a new door.
Let's replace it. He might not want to replace. He might some sentimental value
it's a
there.
Attraction or something probably for these people. But I've watched a lot of Morikawa on like foreplay stuff on YouTube. So I'm eager to see more stuff about him because he seems like a really good dude.
He's a good dude too, man.
Like, all these dudes seem like really nice people.
Yeah, there's not really a villain out there. No. They're all good guys. Your villains, your few that were quote unquote villains are
like
Liv.
Patrick Reed.
Yeah,
I know he's a piece of crap.
He's a piece of crap.
Hey, speaking of Liv, did y'all see what Jenna Sims wore to the Liv party?
Not a lot. Not a lot.
Sorry, I didn't mean to.
I forgot Brooks was playing in that.
Yeah,
because they don't talk about.
I didn't mean to go off topic there, but you know,
it's about.
Jeez.
Well, see, if you remember, Brooks was.
There's definitely some adhesive used in this picture.
Titty tape.
Brooks was all against Liv at first. Like he spoke up against it and was not against it, and not really for it, and all that. And then
he's like, "Wait, you're paying how much?"
Yeah, when you got
like Ian Poulter was like that too. He made it sound like on the show he didn't want to do it because like he's undoubtedly like a big time fan of the Ryder Cup, and he's always wanted to be like a captain.
He is the Ryder Cup,
like, and he's never been a captain before.
No.
And undoubtedly, he's never lost.
He's phenomenal at the Ryder Cup.
He's never lost in the Ryder Cup.
Like, growing up watching the Ryder Cups all these years, like, every time he got over a putt, I'm like, crap, this is going in. Like, he feels like Steph Curry shooting a three. Like, you just feel like it's going in.
Some of these dudes, man, some of the putts they make, man,
it's,
it feels scripted, but then you're like, oh, no, this really happened.
Yeah. It's just,
and, like, Joel Damon, like, made an insane birdie putt to, like, I think it was to qualify. That day when he drank a White Claw at the turn
for the U.S.
36 hole day,
yeah.
Like it's such a good show, dude.
You know what's crazy too? When like for instance, Joe Damon played 36 holes to qualify. Like you don't realize he just come off a 4-day golf tournament.
Yeah,
like he literally
did that on Monday.
Yeah, he leaves where he just played at to go fly and play 36 against amateurs.
Like you have to love golf to do that. John.
Absolutely, man.
All right, so I'm on episode 6. Episode 7 is going to be about this Mito Pereira dude who's been in contention for like 3 tournaments on the show that I've watched.
Who just went for Liv. He just went Liv last week.
Him and
he's the one that blew
Sahith.
He's the one that blew the PGA last year.
He blew it for Justin Thomas.
How that clip? When I that's something like I've never seen before.
The shank or what?
Or off 18T. He said. Like the tournament's not over. Like he can go drop it. He hit that tee ball and he said, "I effing just screwed the whole tournament up."
Yeah, he knew right then.
Like that's insane. That their mindset is the same as my mindset would be thinking. Like I just screwed this
helped,
up.
I guess, because he knew he was in the final group.
Yeah. But I mean,
how about Justin Thomas having to run to the driving range because it's been over an hour or so? He's having to warm up.
That tee shot he hit on the drivable par 4 in the playoff number 2 when he drove it over the. That tee shot's still in my mind. Like that's unreal. How good of a shot that was.
It was so awesome to like see the relief on him.
Yeah,
you know, because the whole episode they're building up like at the training facility with all the banners like Dustin Johnson, world number 1.
Yeah.
All the major winners, and you have JT with his 1 like 5 years ago.
Yeah,
and then
I was at that one. Actually,
good thing for me. Like,
well, holla.
I don't know who wins junk besides the Masters, basically. So if it's not the Masters, I don't have any honest idea. So I'm learning, you know, and like it's
and
like
that's what
real
it's for.
show for me.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, who would have thought he would come back from 7 strokes down?
It's unreal.
In the final round,
largest comeback ever.
It was just so cool, and like you could see the absolute relief on his face, and I'm surprised he didn't just boohoo more than he did.
Oh, I know.
Especially when his dad came up to him.
Yeah.
You know, like it was.
He had that
awesome show.
He had that boohoo when he won his first PGA in Quail Hollow. I was actually at that one. He, because because that was like his grandpa just passed like right before that, which his grandpa was a PGA guy.
He was
for
the actual
years.
good one,
and then his dad was a PGA guy for years. Like it hit him like this was the tournament, when he won that one. Then to win 2 PGAs it's pretty crazy.
The final episode's gonna be about Rory and Cam Smith.
Oh,
so that'd be fun.
That'd be interesting.
So yeah, there's a Full Swing. You need to watch it.
It's a great show, man.
I'm telling you, I've enjoyed it all day today.
Yeah.
Because I had to do something with CJ, and he was watching it. So
heck yeah,
I was like, "Let's do it, man. Let's watch it." It calmed him down. So
that's right.
So what's the Jenna Sims episode? I need to go ahead and
that is
forward to
episode
that one.
3 or 2?
2.
Oh, it's 2. Oh, it's in my
Brooks
queue.
early.
It's in my queue right now.
Yeah, man. Hey,
Sweet.
Go home.
Be up late tonight.
Yeah, she
Yeah,
will.
buddy.
Wait till the pool scene, Bill.
First off,
how far is that
all
in?
His house?
Yeah.
Good God.
Yeah, I saw pictures of his house.
Yeah.
It's
my
freaking
God, it's
crazy.
Yes.
And then you have this walk. He has this big old sectional like down there by in between his pool.
Yeah, it's outside. Yeah,
He's got pool, couch, pool, and then all in front of it's pool.
Yeah,
it's
with a great view. I mean,
he's got FU money.
I was just about to say that. That is definitely FU money.
Yeah, and then he signed $150 million with Lyft.
Yeah. So that's it for a Full Swing.
Yeah.
Watch it on Netflix. I'm super excited for the next season of it now that I know they're doing that again. Back to the NFL hires real quick. I don't know how we went down that rabbit hole, but it is what it is.
I don't either. I don't know. Yeah,
it is what it is. Eric Bieniemy has been hired as the Washington Commanders, right? Commanders?
Yes, Commanders.
I still call them the R words.
Yeah.
It's okay. The
Football.
Commanders is assistant head coach / offensive coordinator. So he got a bump in title.
Let me ask you this. Was he not the assistant head coach of
He
the
wasn't.
Chiefs? Who was? Is it Spagnuolo?
They might not have one.
Might not.
Because they've painted this as him actually taking a step up more than it really is.
Yeah.
But he's going to be the OC there, and honestly, we'll know after this upcoming season, in my opinion, whether or not he'll ever be a head coach or not.
Yeah, you'll know real quick.
Unless you're Louis Riddick, who thinks he has no shot ever being a head coach, which might be the actual accurate take, given that he's probably deserved to be a head coach somewhere by now, given some of the names, honestly. But whatever has held him up from getting one will probably keep him from still getting it in the future.
Yeah,
So-
I mean, and we talked about this, Chance, before we started recording tonight. How many OC jobs were available this offseason?
Yeah.
And nobody was calling him for that, and everybody knew that he was. I mean, he only signed a 1-year deal.
Yeah.
And the word was out that he was going to probably do this to prove himself. Like, why wasn't nobody banging the doors down for that?
No, and he went to the worst quarterback situation of all of them.
All of them.
Like he could have went to Houston and made a better.
Yeah, because
you'd made a better argument for him.
Because you could go pick.
He would have had no weapons, obviously.
Right.
He definitely has the best weapons at any place, probably going to Washington. But he doesn't have this. Is hands down the worst quarterback situation unless they go and get somebody like a Jimmy G or something.
Well, and I mean Rivera, who I'm a big Rivera fan. He's a conservative head coach. Mm-hmm. Like, is he going to let Bieniemy open it up and make it aggressive play calling, or
getting that title as assistant head coach, you'd have to think.
I would think he would. Yeah. And look, I got nothing against him. I'm kind of pulling for him. I mean, in a way too.
I mean, this is put up or shut up time.
Yeah. This is your moment.
Something
here.
we might see if he fails.
Yeah.
Like if he fails, he probably goes back to KC.
He's going right back to Andy
And
and knock on the door.
Let me ask you this. I heard this on First Take today. They were like, so was he not content being like the head coach in waiting at Kansas City? Because that's probably what he was. Like why try and rush things? Like this is how Stephen A. put it. You're betting your career on Sam Howell or a free agent quarterback versus waiting 3, 4, maybe 5 more years for Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes is going to be around a decade,
Yes, at least. Yes.
You're rushing your career a handful of years.
Yes.
And Bieniemy ain't really old, is he? He's like 40 something.
He's
huh?
I want to say
Maybe
probably
50?
mid-40s. I'll look it up right quick.
Like, I didn't think about it that way. Like it kind of feels like the not Josh McCown, Josh McDaniels thing with Bill Belichick up in New England a few years ago, where it was just kind of understood he was going to be the guy whenever Bill finally stepped down.
53.
He's 53. That's not bad still.
No.
He's got 15 years.
15 years of coaching.
If he wants to.
Yeah, if he wants it. Yeah.
So, I don't know. I never thought about it that way, and it makes sense. Like, why wouldn't you just wait?
I guess
Are you that impatient?
I guess my only thing is, and I might be, I don't know, wrong here. If he fails at Washington,
he's got a good backup plan.
He goes right back to where he was at, I guess. I'm guess Andy's going to replace him, but it will be a.
They're saying Matt Nagy.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Ugh.
So whenever the offense looks the exact same next year for KC, you'll have your answer about who was running
exactly. That's a.
It's not going to be Matt Nagy.
No. Huh? That's interesting.
Ask the Bears world what they think of that.
Yeah, I mean, because at worst, Benham can just go back and be a quote unquote quarterback coach for about a year and get his OC job back again, probably, and that's probably going to happen. Rivera's probably on his last year if he doesn't start winning at Washington.
You would think.
New owners coming in probably next year. They're going to want to.
And why would you want to
clean house? I mean, I don't think they're going to fire Rivera and give it to Benham. I mean, doesn't seem likely there. It's a very interesting situation.
Unless the offense looks good.
Yeah. If the offense looks good.
If the offense looks good, that might happen, and that's something else somebody either put on Twitter or something. They said there's a natural lane of progression there.
Yeah.
Or promotion there with him having that assistant head coach title. You know, if something like that happens, then he could get that.
Right.
But I don't know. It's going to be weird.
It's
really weird.
Yeah. Really weird. I hate that we got to, use a certain word for the situation.
Yeah.
I don't feel like he got offered to not get the Arizona job 4 or 5 years ago, but offered to the vacancy was available and Arizona wanted to interview him. He turned him down. Like, why would you ever turn down that situation? Like, I mean,
if you want to be that, why would you turn that down? That makes it look like you're being picky.
Exactly.
You're not going to walk into a perfect situation if you're being a head coach.
There's only 32 of those jobs out there. You just take it.
There's no such thing.
Nah.
Like, I can't even think of a perfect situation you can walk into, honestly.
Other than where he's at right now?
Yeah,
if Reed would have left,
I'm talking about like getting hired from somewhere else.
Oh,
like
you're talking about
going and interviewing and everything.
I got you. Yeah.
If somebody has a head coaching vacancy, it means they sucked.
Yes.
Unless somebody retired early or something.
Yeah. And that don't usually happen.
That don't really happen, So I don't really know. Bringing in the whole race thing, I don't really like that because
we can go down that rabbit hole, and there's a lot of.
D'Amico Ryan's got hired this year.
Thank you.
So,
Todd Bowles got hired last year.
Is only racist towards Eric Bieniemy? I don't think you can factor in race and be like Eric Bieniemy's being held to too high of a standard or something like that, or being overly critiqued because of his race whenever there are African American people getting hired.
Yeah.
Every year. Todd Bowles has a job and he's horrible.
Yes.
Like we said. D'Amico Ryans just got hired. Lovie Smith got hired last year. Steve Cooley or whatever his name is got hired the year before.
Yeah.
And then you had Steve Wilkes in Arizona. Like you can't pick and choose when to play that.
No, that's correct. That's
what I'm saying? That's probably politically incorrect that I'm saying that, but it is what it is.
It's true, though.
You can't do that.
No, I agree.
So I don't know how it's only that whenever it comes to him.
Yeah.
So there's my 2 cents on that.
And you don't hire Jeff Saturday.
Which they didn't. So
unless you're
good for the call.
Unless if you're ESPN.
Yes.
You hire him.
Or
I thought he had a shot, guys.
Hey,
he was the smartest head coaching candidate out there.
He took the best Wonderlick.
Oh, hey, I forgot. Aren't we going to take the
We're
Wonderlic?
going to take the Wonderlick during this off season around the draft time, I think is what Clay
Combine?
said.
During
The
the
draft time,
yeah.
that area. We got to find a Wonderlick, though. Those are pretty hard to find.
I was about to say, how do you? I mean, that you just Google that?
I'm
Like,
sure
where's-
you can
where are they
Google it
out
and get
there?
a PDF or something.
Yeah,
that'd be fun.
that would be fun.
I'm going to cheat.
Yeah. While
Okay,
we're talking
Ty.
about football, though, real quick, something XFL started this past weekend. It sucks. They suck. They're not in the NFL for a reason. I don't see anybody getting lucky like Cavante Turpin did and getting hired off of one of these teams.
Or making the Pro Bowl.
Or making the Pro Bowl.
Well, let me ask you this.
Good for him.
Right quick before you talk about that. Between the XFL and the USFL, is there a tier higher, one better than the other?
USFL, in my opinion, has to be better.
So the XFL is kind of the arena type league.
It's arena outside league.
Yeah.
Because Turpin came from the USFL.
He did. That's right.
And I think we need to look at the rosters and kind of compare.
Yeah.
But like these dudes that are playing, like quarterbacks, is what I looked at.
Did you know any of them?
Ben DiNucci. I knew him. Remember, he used to play for like the Cowboys, I think. And like Paxton Lynch. Paxton Lynch got benched the other day.
In the XFL?
Yeah, he got benched. Other names that I'd actually heard of, Josh Gordon's playing for Seattle.
Oh, yeah.
The Sea Monsters or Sea Dragons or something.
Yeah.
And that's all I can remember. Yeah.
Wow.
So whenever the USFL drops their rosters, we need to look at them. And
yeah, I would like to. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Boogie from Winfield's still playing in that.
Is he? Okay.
So he's also coaching up in Nebraska. And
Do you remember the greatest? You remember the greatest XFL jersey name ever?
He hate me.
He hate me.
He hated me.
Absolutely. He hate me because I'm with his wife or something like that, or with his girl. Or oh no,
Roger Goodell would never allow that, would he?
That's what it is. Ask your man, he hate me.
Goodell would never allow that.
Absolutely not. No fun league.
No.
XFL. They have something that I believe the Chiefs have proposed every single year to the NFL during the summit or whatever, and that is instead of having onside kicks, having like a 4th and 15 from the 30 or whatever, and going for it. And if you get it, you keep the ball. If you don't, then you turn it over. I like that, and it actually paid off this past weekend for some team. I can't remember who it was. They were down 15-3 with like a minute and something left. Minute 30 left. Scored a touchdown. Went for a 3-point conversion
from the 10-yard line.
Yeah, 3-point conversion. Did the 4th and 15 thing, then they scored again and they won.
That's right.
Like,
whoa,
can't make this up, man.
I mean, what's the freaking onside percentage of getting it?
Lower now since you can't get the running head start.
Yeah, I mean it shocks me that over these years these kickers haven't come up with a creative way to be able to get it, but they can't. I mean, they've tried different things.
There's no tried and true method of kicking one of them footballs because it's such a weird shape.
You're right. So I mean, like we need something to. Hey, make it 4th and 20.
Do something like that.
Yeah, I don't mind that.
Make it possible.
Yes.
You know, like
make it have a chance.
I hate whenever like a team gets down, you know, and there's like 15 seconds left, and like, oh, here comes the onside kick. I hate when you do that, and it gives them like the game's over.
It's over. There's no chance.
Unless you're the Cleveland Browns this year against the Jets.
I don't ever get nervous when my team's having to catch an onside kick.
Because more often than not, if you let it go, it's going to go out of bounds anyway.
Just push it out of bounds almost. You can hit it
out.
Yeah.
As long as you're doing it backwards. But you could still keep that in the game if you want to. That way you can still have the the risk of a surprise onside kick. You know, you still have that rule. Just make it where if you need it to keep the game going or give yourself a shot that they could do this.
I think I'm thinking about it. I kind of like the 4th and 20 because I tell you what, 15
ain't nothing.
15's nothing anymore. I can see Mahomes ripping down a 15-yarder easily. A 20-yarder though,
that makes it a little bit tougher.
Makes it tougher, and a defense
you can play off 15 yards.
That's right.
You know,
I feel it's a little more, and I say give the ball at the 20.
20. Ooh.
I say 20.
I say do 30 still. That way they have to get to the 50
So they only have to get to the midfield, though. I mean, they only have to do 50 yards to. Because if you're down by field goal, then you're just.
Well, then screw it. Do it at the 10 or something, I guess.
That's what I'm saying. Do something crazy like that because,
that way there's still risk in doing it.
Because what's going to happen is some of these teams are going to do it not at the end of the games. You're going to start doing it, and so
that way there's some risk.
There needs some
I like
risk.
that.
Yeah,
it evens itself out.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm pretty sure the Chiefs, they put that up every year, I'm pretty sure. Because I had seen it and read about it before this year, obviously, and I've always thought it's a good idea, you know?
I like to see at the end of the XFL season what the percentage
conversion rate.
Of getting it. That'd be
Which,
interesting.
4th and 15 for XFL players and 4th and 20 for NFL players is probably similar.
Yes, I would say so.
So you could probably take that
and
percentage at face
number.
value. Yeah. But hopefully the NFL looks into this, you know.
Now, the NFL, they're using the USFL, right, to try new rules,
I think that's the relationship.
That's kind of their league, yeah.
I think the XFL is just there to get the rock money.
Yeah, that's right.
But hopefully they'll look into that because I'm telling you, man, I've wanted that. I've wanted something because I hate onside kicks.
Look,
yes, it gave our franchise a Super Bowl.
Yes, it did.
It did.
It did.
But keep that involved.
Yeah.
Keep the surprise possible.
Well, and let's be honest, we're doing away with special teams more and more every year. I mean, the kickoff's a dud now.
The XFL's kickoffs, the kicker's on the 30. Okay. The coverage team and the return team are both at the other 30 or the 25. And they're lined up 5 yards apart from each other. And the guy catches the ball at the goal line or the 5 or whatever. And they set up their blocking right there. And
that probably gives you more of a chance to.
Like, watching the one I watched, it looked possible like you could break one.
Yeah, you can actually break one because there's no feeling of that anymore.
No.
And you're still in safety protocols with doing that, I think. I mean, you're not.
Because there's not going to be a big hit 5 yards away from each other.
That's correct. That's right.
I thought that was another cool little thing they do.
That is neat.
It looks ridiculous, but
I mean,
what if your kicker don't kick it past?
Well, the only way you can do that, though, only way that rule can be implemented if you take away the onside kick.
Yep, that's what I was about to say.
It has to be because
you wouldn't be able to get both.
No, that's right.
Or maybe once you did that, you have to elect that you're kicking that mug deep. If it goes short, then they get it at the 35 or the 40.
Yeah, there's a
like
penalty
the ball
of
went out of bounds or something.
Right.
There's no shot the NFL ever looks at any of these rules, by the way. But
absolutely none.
I think it'd be cool.
Yeah,
and
I agree.
There's my little bit on that.
I like it.
Bill, you want to talk about the World Baseball Classic real quick? About how great the Dominicans are going to be this year?
Oh, my gosh. It's kind of scary.
Kind of is not even a word. Put it up on the TV.
Yep.
You broke it.
Oh, yeah. There we go. Oh, I really broke it.
TV's not on. Here it comes. Yeah, World Baseball Classic. First time we've had it in a while because I think COVID ruined the last year it was supposed to be here. It's gonna when does it start? Look at when it starts. I think it's March 8th. I know Acuna leaves Braves camp like March 6th.
March 8th.
March 8th. Oh, that's when the scrimmage starts. Yeah, same thing. So
March 11th is, I think, the first game.
Yeah. All the nations from around the world, all the big nations at least, have their own team. And something I did not know, Bill. That's all I was listening to a podcast the other day. The MLB teams cannot tell their players no, they cannot play.
Really?
So, like, there was rumors whenever this first, got announced again, and then Ronald Acuna announced that he really wanted to play for Venezuela because that's where his dad played and everything. He played in the Winter League down there this year. And he announced, I would love to play for my home country. Yeah, I get that. And there were reports that the Braves had advised him or said they preferred if he did not play because he's still coming off this injury from over a year ago. They wanted to keep rehabbing. And undoubtedly, you're not allowed to tell them no, which I think is alarming. Yeah. Because if you think about, position players, that's probably not that big of a deal, honestly. But think about all these, pitchers. You're adding stressful innings to these dudes' really early on whenever they're still supposed to be gearing up for the season.
And I wonder, are they going to limit them to a smaller pitch count than they normally would?
There is a pitch count rule. I heard that the other day whenever they announced the rosters. There's a 65 pitch count rule.
Well, that's
I was
decent.
like, that's good. That's smart.
Yeah.
That's like a normal bullpen session or
That's
whatever.
what I was going to say. It's bullpen.
Like it's a normal bullpen day. But and there's also a rule where you can be on the roster and not be an active player on the roster until like the knockout stage begins, basically. So some of these dudes, like freaking Sandy Alcantara, probably won't pitch until the knockout stage because the Dominicans are good enough to make it there without him pitching in the group stage.
Crap.
And it's going to be awesome. I'm actually really, really, really excited for this. Like I said, it's been a while since they've done this. Last time they did this was when Adam Jones robbed Manny Machado of a home run in San Diego, and they were teammates at the time.
Long?
It's been that long since they've done this.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah. But a lot of big names are playing. The entire Dominican team is insane. USA is pretty good too, but the Dominicans, I believe, are plus 200 favorites to win it all, followed by US at like plus 250, and then the Japanese are at like plus 275, I think, with Shohei. And undoubtedly, there's some dudes on the Japanese roster that are supposed to be having like their coming out party, basically, and basically putting themselves on display for all the American teams.
Oh, Yu Darvish.
Yu Darvish is pitching. He's old as dirt. I can't remember the guy's name. They said like he's supposed to be really good, man. I can't remember his name though. He's either a pitcher or an outfielder.
Yeah,
but
you notice we don't have pictures of any of these guys.
None of them. No, except for Shohei and you. I can't remember the dude's name though. But they said like he's liable to steal the show and be
we
like
got a couple of pictures
a
there.
guy.
Yeah,
I'm excited for it. The
Newt
Dominicans, though, like we said off air, maybe it was at the beginning of this. Like, there's going to be players on the Dominican team that are not going to play that are better than probably everybody else in the world.
Venezuela's going to be not bad.
No, they how did John Morosi on MLB Network put it whenever the rosters got released that if you combine the Venezuelans with the Dominicans and took like the pitching from the Venezuelans and put it with the hitting of the Dominicans, it'd be like they'd go 162-0. And he said that this year the Dominican team has like the best pitching he has seen ever for a Dominican Republic team.
There's like WBC. 5 Astros pitchers on the team.
Yeah, his whole team is on there. And Altuve's on the Venezuelan team because, like I told you off air, I didn't know he was Venezuelan. I learned that today. So,
yeah, and I just saw a couple of pitch like Luis Garcia. I didn't realize he was Venezuelan.
Is that the Rock the Baby?
Yep.
Is he going to change his windup with the new pitch count?
They said
pitch clock rule. He has to.
Well, they said he can't. He can't do the Rock the Baby anymore.
Oh,
I don't think
right.
it's the time. It's just
they
the
said he
motion.
can't do it. Sweet. That's what he gets, man.
For being so good.
Yeah, whatever. Ask Jorge Soler what he thinks about that.
Well, timing. It's just timing. But yeah, I'm excited about it.
Dude, I'm pumped up, mainly because we get to have like important baseball earlier on. Like we don't have to wait till March 30th to see competitive baseball.
And I don't think we get good baseball. Well, when it was the Olympics, which I guess we don't have Olympic baseball now, do we? It's been a few. It's been a few Olympics, but I mean, we
dropped it.
With the Olympics being
golf came back though.
Yeah.
During the summer. MLB teams weren't going to give up their players.
Heck no.
So you never really saw a good Olympic run of baseball.
Yeah, and the timing of this is honestly perfect.
Yeah.
Where does it still mean a lot? Well, honestly, it sounds like it means a lot more to the Latins than the Americans.
Yeah.
Like Sandy Alcantara basically said, "I'll sacrifice my UCL to win this championship with them to screw the Marlins." Because it means that much more to them to play for their country. And I think that's awesome. But if you look at the Americans roster, pitching-wise, our best pitcher is Adam Wainwright, and he's going to retire after this year. You know, and it's telling. It really is.
And it's really not. I mean, it's not that much of a conflict with spring training. I mean, I know it's
no.
You know, it is, but
it's still going to use as exhibition. Good God.
Yeah, I mean, they're getting their work in. That's the the point of spring training, is for them to get in there and get their work. And these guys have probably been getting their work in. And you know, with winter baseball and everything, anyway, these guys really don't stop a whole lot.
No.
You know, I mean, they've been at it the whole winter. Probably took 2 weeks off after World Series and then got right back at it. So.
How Eric O'Flaherty put it, he was like, first off, he doesn't think spring training needs to be 6 weeks long anyway. He said make it 3 weeks long, because he said back whenever he played, they actually used most of the time getting the people back into shape. And now all these players who give a crap, and honestly, most of them, they're already in shape whenever they get to.
I was going to say, if you saw the pictures of these guys coming in,
they're ready.
These last few days, they're in shape.
They're ready. And what's always the tale? The tale's always, we're waiting on the pitchers to get ready. That's why you have to have 6 weeks of spring training. All right, cool. He's like, tell the pitchers, come in ready right from the jump, and there you go. Like, start throwing a little bit earlier in your off-season program than what you're doing now. And maybe this will help lead to that, because all these dudes that are pitching in this, you know, they're not throwing the baseball for the first time this past week.
Well, I was going to say, how many of these guys that are top-notch MLB guys have been sitting around all winter drinking beer?
Exactly.
You know, watching TV.
Exactly.
And then all of a sudden they're like, hey, baby, got to go to work.
Yeah.
Hey, where's my glove? You know?
How do I do this again? Yeah. Like, I keep on referencing Sandy Alcantara because they did a little interview with him on that show I watched. And he had started throwing like a month earlier, he said, than he normally would. Yeah. So why can't you just do that normally, cut down the time, you know, and let's get it going earlier.
And I think especially pitchers.
Yeah.
I don't think these guys can really just shut it down for a long period of time, because
you'd lose it so easily.
Yeah. So,
you know, I don't know. I can see some good coming out of this if they look into it that way. We know they won't. But like I said, I'm super, super excited to watch some real baseball, man. And all the all the big-time teams are playing in America, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, Tampa. And
they're all playing either in Arizona or Tampa. So we'll get to see all the good teams in American time zones. That's the big thing.
And when does it finish up?
Like March 26th or 25th, maybe?
Yeah, I wonder how the competition
probably give them like a week.
Yeah, before opening day.
Yeah, let me look at that. Because it's you know, they'd had to give them more time. March 21st. So from March 7th to March 21st, so it's 3 weeks, basically, 2 weeks, that they're going to be away. And then opening day is the 27th. So, most teams will be done probably like the 19th or 18th. And all the championships are in America. So there won't be no really
Everybody
traveling.
Will be here.
Everybody will be here. So that's going to be good.
Oh, yeah. I'm ready for it.
I'm pumped. Peyton's going to have to watch this year.
I might watch it.
Go U.S. Hey, and I'm not a Mike Trout guy, but
he's taking a lot of pride in this, though.
Yeah. He said some things. I mean, how he was
Captain America.
Yeah. So you know, I'm all for Mike Trout for the next next month.
Yeah. The day that they lose, we're back to hating him.
Then after that, he's horrible.
Now, I'm not going to lie. I'm still hoping like all the Mets players like tear something.
And Cody Bellinger is playing?
I don't think Cody Bellinger's playing.
Well, good.
But like Brandon Nemo's playing for Canada, I think, and like Jock Peterson's playing for Israel. I didn't know Israel played baseball. But Brandon Nemo, I hope he tears his ACL.
Hey,
Jeff McNeil, I hope he breaks his hand.
How about Great Britain?
Who the heck do they got? Probably nobody.
Let's see.
I count the pictures. We're through the pictures. I don't know any of these people.
Hey, they were great in Little League, though.
Heck yeah, man. They played for the national team. Lucius Fox, I know him. He plays for the Nationals. There you go. He's their star. Trace Thompson, that's Klay Thompson's brother.
Is it really?
Yep, that is Klay Thompson's brother. If you click on his picture, Bill.
Can't do it.
It won't let you. Wow.
It's
That's
not,
him, though.
It's not that interactive.
That is indeed him, though. He
Way to go, MLB.com.
Yeah.
Way to
Thanks a
commit.
Yeah.
All right. Well, so we do know two. Wait a minute. Why is Klay Thompson's brother playing for Great Britain?
Who knows? Michael Thompson's baby mama must have been English, I guess. There ain't no telling, man. And so how some of these people get this, man? Like, so that means Jock Peterson must be like a Jew if he's playing for Israel.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Not that there's anything wrong with that, but he's undoubtedly Jewish. And you just don't know this kind of stuff. So, like, where's this yarmulke at?
Hey, so is Alex Bregman.
He's Jewish, really.
He is.
Look at that.
Yeah.
See, you learn something new every day.
I just like to look at the Korean roster just to read their names. Young Po Ko. Yoon Sik Kim.
Young Chin Lee. We better move on before we get canceled.
Hey, speaking of Korea.
Canceled, oh, God.
Funny fact.
What we got?
Were y'all familiar with that Korean Airlines flight 007 that went down a few years ago? I think it got shot down by the Russians.
Was that the one that went to Malaysia?
No, that was a completely different one. Yeah, that was in like 2014. But this Korean Airlines, it actually got shot down by the I think by like a Russian missile or something. A Soviet plane shot them down. That was in 1983. That's probably why y'all don't remember it.
Yeah.
But, then the families sued the airline and sued Russia and all that. And, one of the families was actually represented by a pretty famous attorney, F. Lee Bailey. Do y'all remember him? Y'all have heard that name, right?
I've heard the name.
Yeah.
Where did I hear the name at?
Well, he was one of the defense attorneys in the O.J. Simpson case.
You can't make it up, man. You can't make it up.
Pretty big, important guy, huh?
Yeah.
He must have been like one step underneath Cochran and Kardashian.
Yeah. He was one of the big name guys. Look him up. He's pretty famous for that.
Wow.
Anyway, I just thought about that when we were talking about baseball.
I'm glad you just thought about that.
We need to get something crazy on there, like Turkey or something. But he just got OJ to Korea.
Yeah.
Look at there.
Look at there. What a world traveler!
Hey,
OJ.
we need to get stickers. I need to get big OJ stickers.
Yes, you
and
do.
put on the ball everywhere, like maybe big oranges.
Do that. Get
Stick
us
on there.
some orange so we know.
Oh, by the way, my book came in this week. OJ is innocent, and I can prove it.
That you don't remember ordering.
That I don't remember ordering, but it's here. So I'll be bringing that next episode.
Attaboy, Bill. Attaboy.
Oh, I forgot my flag.
No, it's up here.
Oh, it is?
I brought it.
It's
up
right here.
Yeah.
Oh, did you see it?
Yes, that's all.
Hey,
The juice is on the loose.
Yes.
Yep. Still no DM back from OJ.
No, I guess not.
Yeah, I've DM'd him a few times. OJ, if you're listening, have your people get in touch with my people.
We'd have a killer time, man.
Oh man, it'd be phenomenal.
Hey,
we'll love to chop it up with them.
See, we were so close. We were so close.
There can't be another podcast,
and he just hit
in
stop.
The freaking world.
He just hit stop.
That gets talked about more than we do.
No, not at all.
There's no way.
I mean, nothing outside of one of those true crime podcasts. But anyway,
allegedly.
Hey, how about that Pat McAfee getting sued by Brett Favre?
Oh, my God, yeah.
Oh,
screw Brett
McAfee
Favre.
said, see you at court, bud.
Yeah, he did. He said, my lawyers are better than your lawyers.
Yeah.
He said his wife called and said, we got this letter. And he's like, oh, you thought it was a big prank. Oh, I love it. I love it.
I wonder if Aaron got back from his darkness trip yet.
He did.
He did. How did that go?
Rumor is that he's going to still play football.
Good for him.
Yeah.
So, we saw his shaman. What did he do?
You ain't heard about that?
Ayahuasca? No.
He went to a darkness retreat where he was
4
locked
days.
in a room that's completely dark for 4 days.
Like a hot box, huh?
Basically. He's like he got put in solitary confinement. and he only got light basically to get food.
Oh, I love this guy.
Yeah. He's a piece of work.
He's a character.
And he said on Pat McAfee show, like, he basically said, if you ever hear any rumor about me doing something, it's probably false because my people that I tell stuff to are that like
secretive,
shut mouth about everything. Because like undoubtedly he's had the schedule since like before the season started, and nobody knew about it until he announced it. Yeah.
Dang.
So if you ever hear an Aaron Rodgers rumor, it's probably false.
Probably false. Wow.
So.
But then he'll come on and tell the truth, and it probably really happened.
Yeah, more than likely, because you can't make up nothing too crazy for him. Y'all want to talk about Louisiana Tech basketball for about 5 minutes, real quick here?
Oh, yeah.
So, LaDamian Bradford is no longer with Louisiana Tech Bulldogs basketball. He is now in the transfer portal, and as is David Green. And then all of a sudden, was this past Saturday?
Yeah.
Yep.
Your defending first-team all-conference defensive player, preseason second-team all-conference player, probably first-team all-defensive guy, Kobe Williams is
your leading scorer.
Leading scorer, best player by a wide margin, is no longer with the team, just out of nowhere.
Nobody
knows why.
Yeah.
We had boots on the ground. He wasn't even sitting with the bench. Josh was at the game. We're like, maybe he's ill. Maybe he rolled an ankle. No, Kobe's not in the arena. What the heck has happened now? After the game, reports leak out from Coach Talvin Hester that Kobe has stepped away from the team for personal reasons.
Well, I think his quote was, we decided it's best that he move on.
Right. We heard that it was personal reasons.
We heard personal reasons, and we heard grades.
And then
Talvin says, we decided,
that it was best for him to move on.
So
that doesn't sound like grades.
It sounds like conflicting reports and conflicting stories. And
it sounds like a coach that's over his skis.
Yes, like
is
kind of in
the
over his
room.
head, lost the locker room.
Yes, yeah.
In my complete opinion, you're down to basically 9 guys.
Yeah, it's not good.
That's not good.
No,
2 of which are transfers. I will say Drayvon Mangum. He has really turned the corner. He's started to play really good basketball for like the past month, and then you're relying on Jordan Crawford, a freshman that got a scholarship in the summer.
July, I think.
Got a scholarship super late to come play here. So, and then the other player is Ben Ponder, white boy from Calvary, that's there for the GPA. So, I don't know what to make of it, but it's certainly feeling like a bad hire, especially when Kobe, best player, is off the team. David Green, one of the bigger contributors from last year, off the team. He was the first one to go. Papa, off the team. 6th man basically last year.
Yeah,
for the team.
he was 6th in minutes played last year.
6th in minutes played.
And I thought one of the better defensive players on the team.
Yeah. And you're a local guy.
Yeah,
I mean,
and the guy in your introductory meeting with
press
the team
conference
on video mentions Papa by name and nobody else. Saying, Papa, you know how much it means to play for this team. You know how much it means to be here. And that's one of the first guys you lose, really?
You remember our interview with him like before season. Like he was feeling good about a lot of playing time, possibly starting. Like, I mean,
like running the second team.
Oh, yeah. Getting moved to point guard.
Yeah, exactly. Making the adjustment of the move. And then like season tips off and it's like.
Opening game.
He's not
He
playing.
plays 7 minutes, 8 minutes, maybe. And like you said, he was a guy last year. I went to basically every home game. Bill worked all the games, basically. He didn't play bad basketball last year. He was one of our better players. He got better and better as the year went on. And then new guy comes into town, and he can't get on the court?
Yeah.
Over a kid from Simsboro? I mean, no offense to Jordan Crawford at all. No offense to him, man. I don't want this to be taken that way. But the 2 dudes played in high school against each other. And Papa wore him out. Papa wore out everybody he played against in high school. You know, he went to Texas A&M. He's the only player on Tech's roster that has played Power 5 Division I basketball. Started a couple of games out there. But he's not good enough to play for Talvin Hester.
to get on the court.
Not good enough to get on the court. But the kid who got a scholarship in July from a Class B school is good enough to come out here to start. Come on now.
Well, I mean, I know we talked about it in our group message. You know, I didn't. I mean, Talvin's resume didn't impress me.
No.
I mean, you're sitting there and he's bounced around a bunch of assistant jobs, but not any at like any Power 5 schools besides the Texas Tech one.
For one, yeah.
He
was just there last year.
Just there last year under Mark Adams, who is not proven himself. Like he wasn't like he was under what's his name?
Beard.
That was Beard, yeah. Like
you're underneath the
or
guy
Bobby
who took
Knight.
his players.
Yeah, he wasn't under Bobby.
Yeah.
I mean, so like he doesn't have.
Hey, did Bobby Knight die?
No.
He's still alive.
Not
Okay.
yet.
Yeah.
I just had that thought the other day, and I never looked up to it. And I just thought about it.
So like it was kind of a, in my opinion, questionable hire. I mean, I know his little connection.
Did we even interview anybody else?
I never
Bill?
saw. I never
saw another
anybody
name
get
rumored for it.
Yeah, I just know the athletic director. You know, he went to the players and asked. I mean, I think they had they had 2 or 3 candidates, and they asked them which they would prefer, and the players all said Hester.
And that's your problem.
You can't.
No
go by your
offense to the players. Not in college.
Never
you
can go by that.
Not in college. You can in the NFL or NBA or professionals, because those guys are there for the long haul most of the time. But you can't do that for kids that ain't gonna be there but 3 years, 4 years.
You can't.
Or 1 year.
Or 1 year, yeah. Or 1.5 years if you're David Green and Papa. So
yeah, and Cody Williams, he don't have any eligibility left, right?
I think he has 1 year.
He's got 1 year.
I think Bill, click on it. I think he's a junior. I could be wrong. I get him and Keyston mixed up.
I mean, surely he is.
Yeah, he's a junior.
Okay.
So, and he's never transferred, so he'll get to go play immediately. Unless something bad comes out that something actually happened. But everything it sounds like, it's just it's
disagreements.
been disagreements, bad relationships. David Green.
But the bad thing is, you know, I mean, Hester helped recruit a lot of these guys.
Yeah,
because he was there.
Yes, he was the main recruiter for Papa out of high school. The main one. I mean, you remember seeing him at a basketball game.
Oh
in
yeah,
Jonesboro.
yeah.
It's like I don't get it, man. I
mean,
don't.
talk to him about seeing Papa and thinking they were gonna had a shot at getting him.
And then they did. They did.
Two out of the 3 of these go to Tulsa, probably.
I think Papa definitely does. David Green, I don't know. He ain't as tied to Conkle as Papa is, because Papa's known him since high school. Green just kind of came somewhere last year. Kobe, he might go lower level Power 5.
I think he's going to try to make that next jump,
and as he should. He is one of the best defenders you've seen at Tech in a while.
If he won't, I mean,
he'll never play in the NBA.
No,
don't get me wrong.
No. He could go to.
He can get him some tape out there for overseas teams.
Yeah, he can go to Conference USA team and go start. But if he wants to try the next waters, accept your role, come off the bench, and see what you're gonna do.
Like, just trying to think of a place like go play for Iowa.
Yeah,
like
I mean
a smaller school, Nebraska. Like, not really a good Power 5 school, but a Power 5 school. Be a bench piece.
Yeah,
get you some film out there. I don't see how he couldn't. But I don't know.
His size will hurt him.
Oh, absolutely. He's only 6 foot, huh? Or is he shorter?
They list him at 6 foot.
But he's got bounce.
Yeah, he's got some.
He's got bounce.
But he's not. He's not a good enough shooter to be 6 foot though.
No,
like you got to be.
He's gotten better though.
He's gotten better, yeah. But you got to really be able to shoot the ball.
I will say that was one of the more surprising things about him this year. His shooting took a step, big time. He's from Dallas, so maybe it's like a Texas school. Baylor's kind of down.
Yeah, but they're not going to be down long though. I mean, they'll probably bounce back next year. I would say at TCU, but they're all of a sudden good at basketball. Yeah. Apparently they're good at every sport. It seems like.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not a Power 5, but I could see like an SMU.
Yeah, or Houston. Well, Houston's way too good now.
Way good now.
Yeah. Yeah. It just sucks, man. Because especially after what we saw happen last year, it just sucks to see the drop off. and the hope we had around this team coming into the year.
Oh, yeah.
Given so many people were coming back, except for Kenneth Lofton, who, shout out to him, played in the Rising Stars game the other day, one of like 5 G League people to play. But troubling times, and I believe we have a 5-year contract with this guy, so that sucks.
Which means he's not going to get fired.
That means he's definitely here for 3 years.
Tech don't have the money to just fire somebody.
He'd have to quit.
Yeah.
Yeah, which and I think you brought something up the other day on our group message. You know, we wouldn't give Kim Mulkey
that's
a
right.
5-year deal, but yet we give this guy who's
unproven whatsoever,
not homegrown,
to a 5-year deal.
And who knows how the Tech women's program would be now if and not saying that they would be a UConn or
they would have been
Purdue,
relevant,
and that would help out the boys program.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah.
But thanks, Dan Renault, and then I forget our athletic director at the time.
Yeah, old Dan Renault. Got Dan Renault Drive going through campus.
So for not
one more year
locking Kim up for another year. Appreciate that.
Somebody has proven while you're at the top of the top.
We got Teresa Witherspoon out of that deal, though. Hey, simmer down.
Yeah. And then you sign this dude to 5 years. I mean, jeez, man.
Pretty sad.
It's not looking good.
He would have took a 3-year probably.
He would have took probably 1 year. He's going to be coach.
He's going to be a head coach.
Yeah.
And I heard a lot of grumblings about it when the hire happened.
You
but
sure did.
Like,
you were skeptical from the get-go.
You know, I mean, I had a lot of people that, a lot of season ticket holders say, I don't like this.
Because they remembered you said from the first time he was there.
Yep.
So. Yeah, I mean, and look, he's making all these moves and stuff. He knows he's got that cushion. He's got that 5-year deal. I mean, he's not worried about it. Like, and he knows the situation. They're not going to buy. That was
Duggan.
Duggan. Wow.
Got on a dead gum bow tie.
Well, the person sitting beside him caught my interest.
Yeah, the blonde number.
The blonde beside him there.
So yeah, y'all want to move on? Sucks, but it is what it is now.
What are we hitting our dirty 5 now?
Hitting our dirty 5 of the top dunks. Our dirty 5 of dunks. I'll actually go first for Clay. Clay sent his in. He's still at that baseball game, I think.
Oh, my God.
They're in the 4th inning. It's okay. It's winding down.
It was legitimately an hour in, and they had only made it to the 2nd inning. That's rough. So, yeah. I'll go 5-1. You'll notice a theme of Clay's, of course. There's always a theme. Number 5, anytime Gary Payton II dunks, especially on alley-oops, don't really know what I'm supposed to gather from that. But he has provided links for everything. So I don't know how he expects me to get these links on this television. But undoubtedly, little fella's got some bounce to him. Number 4, Bill, I wouldn't worry about pulling up Gary Payton II's dunks. Okay. Pull up this one, though. See if Peyton remembers this one. When LeBron dunked over Jason Terry.
Oh.
Whenever Jason Terry was
it Dallas?
No, he was in Boston. Yeah. Here you go. It's an alley-oop, and he basically jumps right over him.
It's the one-hander?
I can't remember. Boom.
Yep.
And then he stares him down, gets a tech.
Yeah.
I'm okay getting a tech right there. You got to do that.
Love getting a tech there.
Watch that, Bill.
I think he does it with one hand, doesn't he?
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Boom. Yeah. And then he stared him down, and they teched his butt up immediately. Hey, good for JT, man. He's trying to play some D. He can't help it that he's small, and he's in the restricted area. So it's probably an and one.
I'm going to be honest with you. I kind of forget Jason Terry playing for Boston.
I always think Mavericks.
That's a weird team for him there. Yeah.
Number 3. Look this one up. Andrew Wiggins dunking on Luka Doncic. Do you remember that one, Peyton?
Yes.
I believe that was last year.
Yeah.
Oh, no, it was 2 years. Oh, crap. It's back when he was... Oh, no, Wiggins is still there. I'm thinking of Harrison Barnes. Boom.
Jesus.
And
Luka ducked and covered.
Yeah, he hit the fetal position almost immediately. So, yeah, Andrew Wiggins takes off and just... They call me Poppy.
Oh.
Yeah. And then number 2, Steph Curry dunking in the last game in Oracle Arena.
I'm not going to look that one up.
Hey,
you want to look that up?
He said, providing this picture, I'll send y'all the picture. I get it. I'm not going to lie. It's a pretty cool picture that it provided, and it was cool. And then his number 1, y'all should remember this one. Bill might not. When Klay Thompson dunked in his first game back after missing 2 seasons.
Yes, I do.
I believe that was his first points, too.
It was his first points.
And I remember Clay cried immediately, dude. Because I made a point to watch it with him, and he sat there, he just boo-hooed. And he was just smiling. And I was like, you okay? He said, I'm just so happy right now. Because, it was so evident that the Warriors were force-feeding him early, too.
Yeah, trying.
And he didn't even really try and force nothing. He couldn't get nothing going when he did shoot something. And then he dunks like the most un-Klay Thompson thing of all time.
What's he going to do when the Warriors suck?
I've thought that too. But you remember the year before they got James Wiseman when they did suck? He said that year proved to him that he can handle it.
Yeah, but I could do 1 year bad.
But he was like, the
Saints are going on a couple years bad now, and they're starting it hard.
He looked at it from the standpoint of, I still loved every second watching them.
Yeah.
And he still watched every single game that year. I remember that.
Yeah, I'm not saying he's not, but, the Pelicans.
He believes in their core, though, right now, dude. Like with Jordan Poole.
Yeah, but that's that.
And Kuminga. He trusts Bob Myers too much.
Yeah,
sometimes.
But there's one thing that a sports fan always has to realize is the dynasties. If you'd have told a Chicago Bulls fan in the 90s that they were going to be bad for 25 years after the fact, they'd be like, no. Well, I'm telling you, we're going to. It's inevitable.
Yeah.
And I don't think that core's. They're a nice little piece, but it's Jordan Poole and
guys who haven't really had to prove nothing yet.
Yeah. So it's coming. Like this group's got.
Yeah, it's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen. Yeah.
But I think he's at the point where he's just enjoying the ride right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh yeah, you ride that.
He still believes that they can get 2 more
to the tires.
He thinks 2 more is realistic.
2 more is
like ceiling realistic.
That's
he thinks definitely 1 more,
and that's all if the health lines up.
Yes. He definitely thinks they can get 1 more, and he said 2 would be awesome though to give Steph 6. I think it'd be time with MJ.
Yeah,
and puts him in a conversation, man. Puts him in a big conversation.
That's the ceiling. I don't think there's any more.
If they got 3. Or even if they get 2, it's going to take some of these other guys participating.
You're going to have to really,
Unless
it would have took them getting KD back.
It would take Steph
like
kind of altering his game a little bit too, not driving near as much as he does, and
which
he still can.
Age is about to stop that. It's coming.
And
he still has it, but
it'll be whenever he turns into just a straight up jump shooter that everybody claims he actually is when he really ain't.
Correct. That's right.
So, yeah, that's his number 1. I liked the number 1. I thought that was a good little pull.
Absolutely,
it's a very Klay thing to pick.
Yes, absolutely.
You want me to go next?
Go ahead.
Number 5, the first dunk I always think about when I hear dunk contest is when Gerald Green dunked and blew out the birthday candle on top of the backboard, on top of the rim. Do y'all remember that? Yeah. Type in Gerald Green.
Yes.
It's a cupcake and has a candle on it. Dude, I think about that immediately every time.
I forgot about that one, actually.
Yeah. He gets up there, dude. He was always really good at dunking.
Just a freak athlete.
He was one of those guys that was just in the NBA to be in the dunk contest, just about. He's with the Timberwolves at the time. See, I don't remember him being a Timberwolf.
I don't remember being a Timberwolf.
I remember him being
either.
a Celtic.
A Celtic and
Rocket?
Yes, Rocket.
Look how high up that is, man.
Is that Isaiah Thomas putting that up?
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
No, the one up. Who's that up there?
Oh, that was actually putting it up there?
Yeah.
I don't know, some low fella.
It looked like Isaiah Thomas.
Get up there, Gerald. Bad pass.
So that's what I was saying. Sometimes, man, you get the pass and fall if it gets too complicated.
He blew that mug out, though. That was so cool. So cool. Number 4, I also have LeBron's dunk over Jason Terry. Number 3, I have Vince Carter whenever he put his arm in the rim, doing it for the first time ever. Number 2, Aaron Gordon dunking over the mascot.
Yes.
Whenever he basically sat his butt down in midair.
Sat down in midair. Over a mascot.
Bill had never seen that before the start of this show. Bill was pleasantly surprised.
Oh, yeah. I've never seen anybody's butt that high in the air.
No.
Look this one up, though, Bill. Whenever Dwayne Wade threw an alley-oop to LeBron James, and LeBron jumped over a guy from the Bulls. Go down.
I say there's going to be a lot of Dwayne Wade on LeBron lobs.
Go to the best of Dwayne Wade to LeBron alley-oops. I looked up the video earlier to remember the team he did it to. Click on that. It's like the last video, I think. This might be hard to find. Let me go look at my YouTube. It's called LeBron James Top 10 Alley-Oop Dunks. So just type that in, I guess. It'll make it easier to find. There's this Christmas Day one.
Is that the left? Yeah.
They were playing at home, I do believe, in Miami. He's wearing like black uniform. That might be it right there, Bill.
That was the peak athletic years of LeBron.
Hey, here you go.
Oh,
look at that crap.
Gosh.
Look at that crap. He jumped slap over that dude. Yeah, so that's my number 1. I remember people always talking about it.
Yes. I'll go. Number 5 is Aaron Gordon under the legs while sitting down over the mascot. Like, that one's just
iconic.
Iconic, man. I mean, just unreal that a guy at 6'10" did that.
Yeah.
Like, that's what makes it more impressive to me. Usually it's the opposite. The shorter makes it more. No, being 6'10", it can do that. Really impressed me. Number 4, it's not nothing spectacular. And I know, Bill, we went back and looked at the original when it happened. But Shaq and the Orlando Magic days when he broke the backboard, like,
oh yeah,
it just goes to my mind. Like, I still think that. I see it all the time. Like,
well, and like we said, once they put the breakaway rims in,
yeah, like,
you just didn't see it.
You didn't see it anymore.
I mean, you that was supposed to prevent that.
Yeah, yeah, and then he still shattered one.
Yeah.
Then that dunk still in my mind, really, really fresh. Number 3 is one that, and Bill, you can pull it up. It's one of the iconic ones in my in-game dunks. Is the MJ on the sideline against the Knicks when he dunks on Patrick Ewing. He fakes out 2 guys on a fake spin and takes them baseline. This dunk in game, yeah, that one right there. Let's see. Yeah, he gets here, he goes baseline, fakes them, whoop, they go that way, and he dunks on Patrick Ewing. Like that dunk right there, man. That's just insane. He just shows everything in one play
insane,
right there.
Though.
Yeah, absolutely. Just, I mean, watch this fake out. Watch both of them. Like, they both go to the corner. Whoop. And that number.
How old was Patrick back then, right there?
Oh.
How old or how tall?
That was the
1991. He was old for the Olympic team,
which was 92.
92. Yeah. So he's towards the end of his career, probably. Huh?
Yeah, that's probably right. Which would have been right at the beginning or in the.
I mean, he was only about 10 years in.
So
I mean, he was on the team that played against Jordan in college.
He was, wasn't he?
Yeah. So I mean, and Jordan was there in 82.
He just aged poorly.
Yeah. Well, when you're 7 feet
big,
and that big,
yeah,
big back then too.
Yeah, that
he played for Georgetown. Just takes a lot out of you.
It does.
John Thompson, ain't that his name?
Yeah.
Dead gum towel, man.
Number 2, which I think is the all-time greatest dunker ever, Vince Carter. When he dunks in game over Mutombo, he just like slams it on him. I don't remember the year. Here we go, Bill.
Oh
yeah. You got to think of this is the finger wag guy right here. Like this is
Dikembe. And this ain't Dikembe on the 76ers at the end of his career either.
This is in his prime, Dikembe.
Look at that camera.
Look at that, man.
that Tracy McGrady.
That's T-Mac, yeah.
Dude, I love Tracy
Another
McGrady.
baseline take, and he just... he stares him down as he's coming down.
Why didn't he finger wag in front of his face?
Well, Mutombo had his hand in his face, too. Hit him in the face.
Yeah, look, like Vince is staring him down all the way down as he's coming
staring
down.
him up.
Or, yeah, staring, yeah. Once he gets on the floor, he's staring him up again. Yeah. Like, that dunk, man.
Nowadays, you finger wag.
Yeah.
You do. Oh.
That's just...
I don't even remember that one, though. That's a good pick.
And then number 1... I kind of have a 1A and 1B. Like, obviously, the MJ, the jump man low gate come from when he jumped from the free throw line, the dunk competition. It's obviously like the most iconic, I guess, dunk maybe ever because of the brand it's produced since then. But the Zach LaVine, when he does it from basically the free throw line, goes through his legs, like, that's something that nobody's ever seen before, and that was the first thing you think of is you think MJ free throw line. Well, Zach LaVine did it and then went through his legs. Like, to me, that one of the greatest dunks in slam dunk competition history, in my opinion, because and
that still came from that 2016 dunk competition.
And it came from that 2016 dunk competition that was...
it's probably the best ever.
Yeah. I mean, just back and
be.
forth. So, I mean, that's my 5. There's always some really good ones. Like I have a Blake Griffin one here when he does the spin move.
Oh, I don't know
against
that
the
one.
Knicks.
Oh, it's a game one. I don't remember that one.
It's in a game. He does he's like on a fast break and he spins off a guy and just Blake Griffin styles.
Oh, I thought you were going to say the Kobe jumping over the car. That wasn't a dunk though. Never mind.
Kobe jumped to what?
I remember the video thing where
the Kia. Blake Griffin?
No, Kobe.
Kobe jumped over a car?
I don't ever remember Kobe jumping over a car.
Well, it wasn't a dunk contest. It was just some YouTube video they made.
Well, we got
probably some theatrics.
All right, Bill. I can't wait for yours. I'm sure
they're going to take us back. I've only got one after 1988. So...
Bill, I was born in 89.
Okay, and I showed some of these. Well, my number 5 was actually any dunk that Vince Carter did in the 2000 slam dunk competition.
There you go.
Amen.
And that's the one you mentioned, the elbow hanging from the arm.
He also did the 360 windmill.
Yes.
That's when he said it was over, right?
Yeah.
Is that one?
Any dunk Vince Carter made could be on this list.
I think you said it off air. Best dunker of all time.
Yes.
Yeah.
I agree for sure.
I have 2 from the same slam dunk competition. My number 4 is Dominique Wilkins with his 2-hand windmill. It was probably the first time it was ever done in history, but it was in 1988.
People don't realize you have to jump higher to do a 2-handed dunk than a 1-handed dunk.
Absolutely.
So to be able to 2-hand windmill it, he probably had to get up there. Which we're also talking about Dominique Wilkins.
Oh yeah, I mean he was a big dude. By number, I'll see if I can find that one. But anyway, number 3 was actually Spud Webb.
Ah.
And I think a lot of people didn't think much of Spud Webb's dunks as far as, but dude was 5'7".
It's the degree of difficulty,
especially for him.
Like, you could walk underneath how high he jumps. Look at that.
5'7".
And he's up there, too.
Yeah. He just floats. That's crazy.
I mean, Nate Robinson.
Yeah. How tall was Nate, though? Like 5'9"?
5'9".
Yeah, I think this was my favorite, his 360 here. Oh, crap.
And then you pull up something.
So,
it's...
Anyway,
the videos don't do it
pretty
justice
electric.
either, I bet.
No,
I bet watching that in real life, you're like, oh, my God.
In person, it would be better. Because you really see how high he's getting.
Mm-hmm. I wonder how bad his knees are now. Thinking about how high he had to jump in the landing on it. And the shoes probably weren't the best.
No, they weren't top notch like they are now.
I bet they're horrible.
Yeah.
My number 2 was the and we watched this a little bit ago, the original backboard busting November 1979.
Yeah.
Daryl Dawkins. Of course, like we said, that was before the breakaway rims. I think they implemented the breakaway rims after that.
And it delayed half the NBA season that year, or college season.
And I think he broke, like, within 4 days, he broke 3 backboards.
It's crazy.
Holy cow!
It was
after that first. It
was
just
wild.
trying. You're just being a jerk. Then.
Yeah, you're just being a jerk.
You want to go on vacation.
What if he got fined for it?
Yeah,
that's what I wonder.
He didn't get to eat off his meal plan that week.
And then my number 1, like you said, Peyton, the logo dunk for MJ. I think that made me want to watch the dunk contest after that. Cause, I mean, we're talking about 88. MJ was MJ, but, they hadn't won anything. I mean, he was still developing as a player. And, he and Dominic Wilkins were in that the dunk off for the championship. And, man, that's probably the best. And I know that the 2016 one that we watched some videos of was good, but man, that 88 dunk contest was sweet.
And what made it so cool was they were both actually good basketball players back then.
Oh yeah.
They were stars, they were
And he wasn't no name guy.
And if you've never watched the story of the 88 dunk contest, Jordan said he's back there. He's thinking about what dunk he's gonna do, and he said he looks over in the crowd and he sees Dr. J, and Dr. J, points to him, and he knew that's what he had to do.
Never practiced it.
Dang.
Who would ever thought like that dunk would define his legacy almost?
Wow.
Oh yeah.
Like
how much
his
money
legacy
did that
after
make him?
basketball? Billions.
Jeez.
Literally
billions.
But man, that was and you saw just what on his birthday the other day he donated, was it
millions,
$10 million to the Make-A-Wish Foundation.
Yes.
So shout out to
Didn't even
MJ.
notice it. Probably never even saw that money go away.
No.
So.
No, the Jump logo brand is, it's most probably popular brands out there right now.
Yeah, if you show that logo to pretty much the average person, everybody's going to know it.
It's like the Nike
Jordan. Oh, it's
logo.
Jordan.
You just know
they might not know like it's for Michael Jordan. They're going to know because of the shoe still, though. But
the man's
it's still iconic.
But they know the name.
The man's making golf shoes now with the Jumpman logo on them.
Football jerseys, football gloves.
Yeah, he's taking over, man.
Like you said one time, the ceiling is the roof.
Yes.
Talk about FU money.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
He's got FU money, ownership money, football jersey money.
He's got F all y'all money.
Yeah.
he got money. Man.
I mean, he's about to got where if your college doesn't have his brand, like you're behind.
losing.
Yeah, you're losing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what are you using then? Adidas?
Yeah. I mean,
Tech.
I'll pay for that 5-year contract.
Bingo. But good show, guys. Good show right there. So I think that's it right there. As usual, chop on.
Go Pels.
Hey,
Gotta get on a run, man.
Pitchers and catchers reported.
Yes, they have.
We're on.
The Braves' first full team workouts tomorrow. So, I mean, our whole team's been there for over 2 weeks anyway, except for Marcelo Zuna. He showed up today.
Shout out to the Astros off-season weight program. Looking forward to that.
Jeremy Pena's put on about 45 pounds in muscle just in his triceps and biceps.
Hey, he was young. He's growing. He's a growing boy.
Yeah.
He's a growing boy.
He finally hit his growth spurt.
Yeah, he hit puberty.
And he's not good enough to play for the Dominicans.
Well,
Xander Bogaerts will be the starting shortstop.
He's a good utility player.
Yeah, he'll utility them sunflower seeds in his mouth. Yeah. That's about it. And doing push-ups in between innings.
Yeah. One-handed.
LSU
Rocky style.
LSU baseball's off started, so starting to change seasons.
John Jones, Cyril Gane's coming up in about 2 weeks. Huge fight card.
Are we going to live stream that?
I will go ahead and say I will pay $75 to watch that fight. I cannot wait. I hope John is John. I hate saying that, but I hope he's who he's supposed to be. So,
hey, and update Tech BYU. They're in the 4th inning. Clay should be home about 3 a.m.
All right, thanks for listening. Hit that trash can.
This ain't how it's supposed to be. It should be just you and me.